Well. Well. Welcome to the Architects of Fate streaming extravaganza. That's right, you found the self-proclaimed original Twitch TTRPG stream that lets you shake up our world. Now pay attention, because this is how it works. If you'd like to add some loops to this roller coaster ride of a show, you're gonna need fate chips. Now these magical loyalty points can be earned just by watching, following, hosting, subscribing, or just engaging with us in the chat. It's like free money, people. With your fate chips, you can use your powers as an architect to heal your favorite players, summon items that will make their adventure a lot easier, or a lot harder. You can even make players say or sing outrageously silly things. Think of those possibilities. But wait. There is more. You can also toss our unsuspecting heroes into random encounters that will leave them sweating, strategizing, and questioning their life choices. All it takes is a quick redeem command in the chat. You choose the item or action and the player you want to mess with, and we'll take it from there. So sit back, relax, and prepare yourselves for a mind-blowing spectacle of storytelling and mayhem. We've got adventure, we've got drama, and more surprises than a clown car at a kid's birthday party. So let's go!
All right, we're live now?
We are live.
All right, I see. All right, everyone's up. Welcome, all you primates. We are here for episode 2 of Planet of the Apes on Architects of Fate. I am your GM, or the lawgiver, for tonight, and we are heading into the breach as the crew picks up from where we left off last episode. We'll get into a quick summary of the last episode. Before that, we will go around the horn, I think, with some introductions. And last week, we did not include introductions of the PCs, of the player characters, but this week we are going to. So if we will go, we'll go top to bottom. We'll go Dr. Twitch, Jim, Cam, and Paul in that order, introductions, and let's tell us a little bit about your characters as well before we dive in.
Hello, I am the lawgiver Lecter Caleb, and I'm an ape of an orangutan of much standing, and I really want to make sure these humans stay in line because the great scrolls say that they're beneath us, and man is just not to be trusted. So I am very interested in keeping man down. And I've also figured out that maybe we learned something about humanity that could be seen as heresy. So I'm out to destroy that too. All right.
All right. Jim, you're up.
Oh, that's me. I am Janus. I'm going to say Janus because Janus makes me think of Big Mouth
Choplin.
Puppet. Yeah, or that one. The other one. Janus is a prefect of a small and productive village, and he's looking for adventure. He wants to become very famous, having solved this mystery and saved the day.
Looking for opportunities for advancement.
Yes.
All right. Cam?
Hey everybody, I'm Cam, and I'm playing the Silverback Anarchist. And I was a long-time scout. I know and see things in the Forbidden Zone that no one has spoken of. We keep it to ourselves. We try and take out the humans when we can. The best way to say no is with a 7.62. And that's what I do. I take hunting groups out into the area near the Forbidden Zone. And when they stand, no!
All right.
We are going to get letters.
And Paul.
I am Paul, and I'm playing Constable Elsa, and I am here to protect my village and keep the peace and make sure there are no humans around ever.
All right.
That's it. I'm a man of few words. Or an ape of few words.
An ape of few words, exactly. Okay, folks. So I'm going to do a little recap from last week. Let's move on to our map here, and we'll see how our little drawing tools work. So I'm going to zoom in over here for you folks. So the team started in the Vale. They met with High Prefect Sora, who tasked them with transporting an object to the Dark Ridge Reliquary, which is way up here near the Pass of Ashes. The crew had heard some various rumors in town and in the Vale themselves just through their normal day-to-day, and some of those may manifest through the session tonight. We'll learn a bit more as they go, but the crew passed along the road through the Eastern Divide where they were ambushed by a group of feral humans. They managed to scare them off quite easily, in fact, but they continued on where they passed through the farmlands of the Upper Eastern Divide. They camped out overnight in the woods, uneventful other than Lecter Caleb ended up finding a little bit of a wet spot in his bedroll. So
it was not the first time I've had to sleep in a wet spot.
Exactly. So the crew moved on to the reliquary the next day, and by evening, as the sun was going down, they found what appeared to be a bit of a massacre in the reliquary. So we're going to jump over to the scene where we left off last week. And the gang was exploring the exterior. You had completely explored the exterior. The sun is just about to set. And you are now able to let me know what comes next.
Okay. I think I was working on hiding.
Working on it.
I was working on it, really. I was really going hard on hiding.
So I'll give a little bit more. So you had determined that most of the apes had been attacked with weapons, which would seem to indicate that it was not feral humans that had raided the village. Likely, the determination is ape had killed ape here, which in all of your days had almost never occurred very rarely, sometimes out of anger, sometimes out of frustration, but rarely out of intent.
Sometimes just for kicks. We also found strange runes.
Yes, there
Yes,
were some
we did.
strange runes painted on many of the exterior surfaces, some sort of a graffiti.
I think they were just counting how many people they killed.
Possibly.
Well,
Possibly not.
I'm gonna pretend the apes have never seen that. So you're on your own, buddy.
Yeah, so it's
heresy.
yeah, it's an unfamiliar symbol, we'll say, to in ape lore.
Well, it looks like it's getting dark. I think we should figure out a safe place. These buildings have marks on them. Perhaps that means they've been cleared. We could sleep inside one of them and post a guard. They may not come back to a building that's already marked.
Are they on all the buildings?
They seem to be randomly placed. There isn't
Okay.
there isn't like one beside each door. You know, it's not like an indication necessarily. If you want to try to investigate that, you can, but it's more they're just sort of random placement.
I have a concern that they might be even watching us, though.
Who here is Jewish? I have a theory.
I was going to say that, and I chose to.
Leave it to one of us. We will absolutely walk into the horrible
that's all right.
take on it for you. Yeah, I concur that the buildings may be cursed. That we should go. I think we should not go to the spot where there's a mark. It means it may be cursed, or it may not be. You're right, but I'm going to go with it being cursed. And they're all the same, right? It's all the same 4 lines.
I've seen many things in the Forbidden Zone, but I don't believe in curses.
The runes
Usually
the
death is
markings
brought
are
by-
identical. Yes, across all the. buildings.
Okay.
Death is usually brought at the hands of someone, not through any mystical curse.
How many? So there's just I think you said there were like a dozen bodies. I think.
No, you can see them. You've kind of done the rounds. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that you found outside.
Okay.
And there were between a dozen and 20 individuals stationed here
Okay.
that you're aware of, just through your conversations with High Prefect Sora and the rest of the lectors within your group. You're aware of the size of this operation, if not.
I'm going to say let's find the reliquary or the most defensible spot.
Yes, definitely.
Because we've got this package here that I really, really don't want to get caught with. We seem to have one of those. We seem to have an object. We have a MacGuffin.
Yeah.
I think we should check out the barracks. That might be the best place to.
Yes,
And we can
because
place a watch person on the top of the tower.
Yes, good thinking, Constable.
That makes sense.
Suck up.
All right. So you folks are all sort of dispersed. Are you going to sort of aggregate somewhere in order to have this discussion, or are you yelling it across the compound?
Yeah, we're yelling.
I guess we didn't define that we ever got back together, did we?
Nope.
All right.
Well, I'm going to go to the barracks. We haven't gone in, right? So
No,
perhaps,
you
No,
have
we
not
haven't
gone into
entered
any
any
building.
building yet.
perhaps we should investigate the barracks.
Yes.
All right. The door is ajar. There's no lights inside, but it's very quiet.
I'm going to take my weapon out, my pistol,
Okay.
and I'm going to push the door open with my pistol.
Okay. The door creaks open very quietly. There's a little bit of a creak in the hinges, but it opens easily, and you can see the main floor has 4 bunks sort of around the edges, and there's a central stairway that goes up through the middle. The room is completely empty. Doesn't look like it's been tossed. There's nothing's been searched or flipped or
Okay.
disturbed.
So there's still like personal effects and things of that nature.
Yeah, it just looks lived in from the four
Right.
soldiers that were there.
Are there
Um,
4 soldier body? I see 3 outside. Is one missing? Or can we not determine if they're soldiers?
Well,
I would
there's
assume
four
they have those uniforms.
there's 4 bunks and 3 dead gorillas. Yes.
Okay. I'm going up in the tower.
Okay.
Good idea.
All
Good
right.
idea.
I'm still staying out here.
Yep.
I don't trust any of y'all. I'm gonna stay by the door.
All right. So
You want to sleep in the wet again?
Oh, okay. So as you start to walk from where you were, Lecter, Caleb, I
Yes.
just need you to give me a perception roll, please.
Oh dear.
Is it-
Okay. Maybe this isn't the best place to stay. I'm feeling the need to go inside.
You have a
Or just the need to go?
Oh god, I love it.
if you have you could use your evaluate ability.
Okay.
It gives you that extra 1d if you want.
How effed are we? Yep. Okay. Let's see if
You're you're monitoring the situation, right? Like looking
of
around.
course. Evaluate. Let's see if that works. Oh, I got a whole pile of dice there.
Okay. Oh wow. So
Yeah,
four-
I'm going to be totally scared about what I'm about to see.
No, you're not scared, but you do hear some a little bit of a calamity from this room over here. So as you started to walk away, you kind of hear like some pots dropping and clanging and something, there's some sort of calamity happening inside. Not chaotic, but a pot dropped and then maybe some spoons fell and then it's quiet for a second. Then maybe you got a 20, which is excellent. So maybe you even heard a couple, a little bit of thumping, like some footsteps or something.
But no voices, just scuffling and
just scuffling and clanging. Yes.
Could I trouble you for a difficulty level to keep me from? I as a player want to go. He's going to be on the fence. I'd like to make a grit roll.
Yeah.
If you could assign some kind of difficulty to taking into account my relative cowardice.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
I have a gun, but it's different shooting at humans when you're with your friends.
Yeah, but you keep on holding the barrel in first.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So we'll assign a 10 difficulty for your fright.
Had 9. Okay, I'm gonna throw the dice.
Can you even beat that with your?
I got 3 dice.
Oh, okay.
My willpower. I'm an ape of tremendous character and will.
All right.
And I have a 14. So I talked myself into it. It's like, hang on, Caleb. This is going to get you the glory, and the head proctor is going to be very happy with you. And I'm going to just kind of creep up clumsily to this thing, trying to stick to whatever I can.
Yeah, you put on a brave face. So there's large double doors right at the end here.
Mm-hmm.
Slightly ajar. That's sort of how the sound echoed out. You were able to hear whatever the noise was from the doors at the end. And you can just move yourself, and then whatever else you're gonna do on top of that.
Yeah. Well, I'm probably gonna just do the this and then the peek around the door bit. I'm hoping I'm holding the right end of the gun.
Okay. All right. So while you're doing that, let's jump back to the other folks. So Atticus, you easily make it up to the roof of the tower. It's getting dark, so visibility is getting limited.
Do I see Lecter Caleb over by that building?
You certainly can over the trees. Yes, over the little. These are mostly just shrubs. It's not sort of super dense forest. So you can see Caleb over there. Maybe you can get a glimpse of him raising his gun, but you're not quite sure. Maybe he's just being cautious. It's up to you.
I think I'll go investigate because I don't want him to get killed.
Okay.
Not
Uh,
yet.
Janice and Elsa, while Atticus is investigating the roof of the tower, what are you two up to?
I wanted to gather the bodies of the dead soldiers and
Okay.
give them a. I don't know what the ape custom is, but I want to put them in a more respectable location instead of just lying dead
Okay.
in their tracks where they were felled. So maybe just line them up and cover them with sheets.
Okay. You can give yourself a hero point for that as well, by the way. So nice job. And Janice, how about you?
I'm gonna look on approvingly.
Look
over there.
I'm about to
Look on
tell him. I'm about to tell him how wrong he did it. That's what I'm going to do next. But okay.
Skip a bit, brother.
No, I'm gonna follow Atticus. I don't want to be too far away from
Okay.
the big guy with the gun.
Well, I'm a big guy with a gun too.
So you see
Yeah, but
him
you're
coming
doing
back down
grunt work now.
Yeah,
you see Atticus come back down the steps, and he's walking with purpose back out the door,
All right. So,
and kind of muttering under his breath, "What is that Lecter doing?"
all right. So, we're gonna. Elsa's probably gonna take another minute or two to move the bodies around. They're three big,
okay.
Heavy gorillas. So,
This place off to the left, is that like a deck? Or is that
yeah, it's just
okay?
a wooden.
I'll line them up there. I'll
Sure.
line them.
Okay. All right. So Atticus, you get back to the ground just as Elsa has sort of two of these gorillas lined up. He's going for the third, and Caleb, you are sort of back against the door. I guess you hear this sort of rustling and clanging, and then suddenly the door sort of flies out a little bit, not in like an explosive way, but just sort of pushed out quickly. And someone kind of falls out the door, and it is a female chimp in a lab coat. She kind of falls out the door, like she leans against the door and just kind of lands on the ground on all fours, kind of looks up at you sideways. She's got blood on her face. Her lab coat is covered in blood. She's clearly been shot. But she kind of reaches up to you for a little bit of help and then doesn't pass out, but just kind of collapses in exhaustion.
Okay. I'm going to ignore whatever is in front of me, and I'm going to drop down on a knee and try and like either resuscitate or shake her back to wakefulness, because that's, I think, my medical skill.
Yep.
That's as much medicine as I may know, but it's like, oh heavens. And I'm going to yell because I don't know that there's anybody around. It's like, help, help.
All right. So you can do a knowledge/medical check if you want.
Ooh, oh man, I'm actually not bad at that.
Just to try to stabilize her.
I picked a few things in my time, all fives. I have a 20.
Oh, nice. Okay. So
Push the bullet in further. It blocks the blood.
Where is the injury level? Okay.
Kind of hoping that'll at least do something.
Yeah,
I literally don't have any equipment though. So.
Yeah, you're gonna do well. You may have some things on your horses, but you don't have it on you if you're unless you're gonna run to your horse and get some supplies.
Yeah, I'm fully engaged here.
All right. Well, in tradition and typical dramatic fashion, you rip the bottom of the lab coat off just below the knee, and
because I sure as shit ain't ruining my clothes for this.
Yeah. So the lab coat, you can sort of bind up her wound a little bit of field first aid.
Yep.
Atticus and Janice and Elsa, you hear Caleb sort of yell and yelp whatever he says. What did you actually?
I just yelled, help, help, come this way.
Help. Okay.
I'm not going to provide them any clues as to what's going on.
All right.
Why not?
So it's a chimp doctor. She kind of you managed to staunch the bleeding a little bit. It's not like gushing. It's not a gushing wound, but she's definitely not doing well. You kind of roll her over and help stabilize her a bit. She kind of reaches up with her hand and grasps your arm. Thank you.
There. Be quiet. It's you have to be stabilized. We'll get you out of this.
It was Dolly. They came for Yannick. And you would know, Caleb, Yannick is the director of the facility.
Holy
So,
shit.
Dr. Yannick is, he's an orangutan who operates the facility. He's in charge of relic destruction and analysis. And she has just told you that they came for him, whatever that means.
You said Dolly, I think was the phrase.
Dolly, she said. It was Dolly.
Okay.
They came for Yannick.
But she only works 9 to 5. She shouldn't be here. I'm now worried. It's like, is Dr. Yannick okay? Because he owes me money.
He was alive when they took him.
Took him? Oh, God. Oh, help! What's the good? How many times do I have to yell help? Okay, fire. I'm going to yell fire if they don't come sooner.
We're here.
Elsa's going to trot over here quickly and join the party.
All right.
Well, it took you long enough. Go see if
probably
there's
be
anyone else
careful.
that needs help.
We should be careful making too much noise in case they're still around.
Well, I think I'd be.
So she hears you. They're gone. They left hours ago.
How many were there?
What direction did they head?
They followed the pass back to the zone. There were many of them. Too many to count.
Well, we'll have to catch up with these apes.
And they were organized.
I'm really kind of hoping I've dropped a hint that gets her to contradict me.
Yes. Yes, it was apes.
Damn it.
Did you see anything on their persons? Other than weapons, obviously.
He kind of rolls and points up at the graffiti.
They were wearing chalk.
They were marked.
Oh.
They were marked like this.
Urukai.
They're all big. Let me see. Oh man. So I'm gonna see
Did they have
she's stable
uniform?
where she is. Is there a way to can we get her to somewhere more secure, I think, or is there a medical facility here? Like the dormitory or
Are you asking her that?
well, I don't know if I'm familiar with the place because I did come here and win money, so I don't know if there's a I don't know how well I remember the lay of the place. But
Just the dormitory. The dormitory is where if someone is sick, they would be treated in the dormitory. If they're super sick, they would be taken back to the Vale, most likely.
Okay. Well, I want to take this young woman. And what was your name again?
Mola. I'm Dr. Mola.
Yes, because women can be doctors. We should all remember that.
Yes.
But yes, let's get Dr. Mola back to the dormitory. Or I'm going to. I don't know but we need to find if there's any more survivors.
Yes, we should probably search the buildings.
Is there anyone else?
I'll start over this way.
Okay.
I'm gonna go into the mess hall.
All right. So who's going where? You're taking Mola, Caleb to the dormitory.
Yeah.
So the dormitory is accessed through the back here.
I don't think I have a draw.
Through the
Yes.
back.
Okay.
And Atticus, you're going to search through the mess hall.
Yeah,
Elsa,
and
Janice.
It looks like it connects to the workshop, at least from the area.
Yeah, the workshop and the mess hall do appear to that large
those two,
building
yeah.
does appear to be connected. The other two
So-
are separate.
Is it going to be best for us to take Mala on the outside up to the dormitory? I mean, I'm assuming she needs some assistance in walking there.
Yeah, I don't know if she can even walk.
Yeah, likely she'll need the two of
Well,
you.
I could probably carry her, right? I mean, she's just a chimp, right?
Yeah, she's a chimp.
She's a girl too.
Yeah, I'll just scoop her up in my arms.
Okay, what's your strength? Oh yes, easily 5d6.
900. I'm a gorilla.
Shift X.
Yes.
All right.
Shift X.
All
Yes,
right.
5d6 easily. You can carry her to the dormitory.
Okay, so I'll carry her on the outside because I don't want there to be any problems going through the inside. I guess
So I was.
there's
Well, I
only
don't
one
think
way
there
to
is
go
a
there.
way outside.
Yeah, so
can we
I'll
just
carry her
go-
around here.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
All right. Caleb, you're going there as well.
Yeah, I was gonna go
Okay.
along with him, and I'm assuming we're all keeping watch, but I'm like a little extra watchful because
So you're splitting the party, is what I'm hearing.
yes,
Yes, but not very far.
I'm just joking.
we're just
Within
gonna go
shouting
into.
distance.
I'm just going into this room over here. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Okay.
So I have a general feeling, even though
Hmm?
she said that they all left. I still think that they might have left one person to just kind of watch. So I'm kind of, as we walk around, I'm kind of glancing off and looking into the outer fringe a little bit to see perhaps if there's. I just want to pay attention, like I'm just
Okay.
a little bit more.
Yeah.
Observe
If you
it
want to,
as I go over there.
You can roll a perception check, or you can just state you're searching. It's up to you.
Okay. Well, I'll take
if you're
a
just being vigilant,
actually,
we'll just treat it as being vigilant, and that's fine.
I was wondering if maybe I could do something based on instinct,
Yeah, I think.
but I don't think I have anything that's beyond perception.
Yeah, your
That's
instinct
instinct.
would be the same as your perception, so it doesn't. There's no
Right.
bonus there.
Well, I'll just take a roll and see what happens.
Okay, no problem. We'll just see
Ooh,
where.
I get an extra yellow.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So I do this guy.
How's it a wild 7?
Well, you roll really crappy after the.
Because it's a +1.
It's only.
Oh, it exploded on its own.
Yeah, the dice.
Oh, did it?
The explode
Oh, okay.
adds itself.
Oh, okay.
So it does all the math behind the scenes, which I
Okay.
think was the thing we didn't like.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. So you got a 17 is good. You are ever vigilant as you're carrying Dr. Mola along the trail. Forest is quiet. There's the typical crickets in the summer night. You can hear through the trees, but other than that, very quiet. Maybe far off some frogs croaking.
Really, it's just normal sounds.
Just normal forest sounds.
Okay.
Very quiet, and you don't see any movement or anything out of the ordinary.
Alrighty.
All right, Atticus and Janice to the mess hall.
Yes, I'm going to be on the lookout for clues, like to see if I can figure out what is going on, and also for like a first aid kit or something that we can use.
All right. So you guys can drop yourselves by the door, and I'll just scroll out a bit here. You should see the mess hall map. Yeah. So you come through the door, immediately blocked by a ill-placed table, and step your way around that. The lighting, the torch lighting here, or whatever passes for advanced ape lighting systems, is on, and you can see some blood on some of the tables. Clearly, Dr. Mola was stumbling and moving along here as she made her way out. You can just free move through here. You don't need to wait for me. You can just free move around. You will discover another ape, the fourth guard ape.
Another one.
Dead on the ground in the mess hall. He's got a bib on, so clearly he was in the middle of his meal while he was eating.
I hope it was good.
Seems to have died with a smile on his face.
And he
Other than
shot
that,
you?
tables are, food is set. Maybe the attack happened sort of during a meal, and maybe the folks ran out or whatever shift was on. But there's food and uneaten food on plates and so on within the mess hall here.
All right, I'll make my way back.
Yeah. Okay. There's another door there at the end. I'll take you to the next room, which is the wide workshop. Get rid of that. Again, you can just drop yourselves. Yeah, right through there. So you immediately see two more dead chimps in lab coats. This workshop is an absolute mess. Everything has been tossed everywhere. There's boxes and crates that have been smashed, objects thrown on the floor, broken glass. Even some things appear to have been burned or lit on fire in the corners. There is no active fire, but it's been clearly sacked and pilfered. The workshop.
I'm going to look at some of the things that were lit on fire. Can I tell if they were artifacts? Like I know that I don't know a lot about the stuff that the lawgivers do, but I think I would recognize things that aren't from ape culture.
Okay. So there's not a lot here. The burn marks are mostly from sort of something was burned there, and then whatever it was either removed or sort of spread out or smashed on the floor. It's there isn't really much that sort of stands out in the burn marks. It's really just kind of the residual burn from whatever was done or damaged to that spot.
Right.
So it was either, some wood or, something that either completely burned or it was taken because it was attempted to be destroyed or burned.
Okay. Well, clearly, Prefect, this is what they were looking for, this lab and Dr. What did he say his name was?
Yola.
Oh no.
Yola.
Mola.
Yeah, I don't have his. I don't think I've met his acquaintance.
Yeah, you may have in passing. Dr. Yannick was his name. You may have met him in passing. You've been around Atticus, so it's possible. Janice, you probably have not met
No, this
Dr.
is all
Yannick.
new to me.
Is this a back room?
Yes, that appears to be an office of some kind.
All right. I assume you just walked through here. So I'll check out this office and see if there's anything.
Yeah, it's sort of a segregated area. It's not sort of a locked office. It's just a segregated area.
Okay.
It's also been tossed.
Yeah.
there's just papers and things have been sort of thrown on the floor, bit messed up, glass broken, same sort of thing. All right, let's Janice, are you gonna do it? Janice?
I want to look at some of these papers and see if I can figure out maybe what they were working on.
Okay. All right. So you find on the floor, it appears to be some letters between High Prefect Sora and Dr. Yannick. They are torn and slightly scorched, but you can sort of make out a little bit of the theme. High Prefect Sora, who you recall sent you on your trip here, seems to have directed Yannick to stop his experimentations, but you can't quite tell what the nature of those experimentations were just because the letters are torn up and burnt. So if you're going to spend some time to try to reassemble the letters, then you can do that. Attempt to piece it together. There's another letter that you find from Dr. Sora High Prefect Sora says that he'll be visiting and things like that. I'll be coming to check on you, but again, piecing together little bits. That's sort of the extent of what you're able to gather from the letters.
All right.
All right, let's jump over to the dormitory with Elsa and Caleb.
Caleb, yes.
So let me go.
Yes, indeed.
Dr. Mola. So the door is up at the top here.
Oh, oops. Forgot, do we drag our own token?
Yeah. Quest Portal doesn't have great token transporting.
Well, it's okay.
Copying and pasting and so on. Oops.
In one of the other games, if you don't drag your token on, it is not yours to control.
Yeah.
So.
No, this Quest Portal's a little more open than that. Dr. Mola.
As soon as we enter, I'm gonna put Dr. Mola on the first bed here.
All right.
And lay her down.
Okay.
And then see if we can't find any kind of first aid that might be available here.
Okay. Just give me a very basic do not fail perception search.
Okay.
Just so that you're not completely overlooking something in, a drawer or something like that.
You get that?
I did.
Got
Yep.
some of 9.
That's good. So, searching through some of the desks and cabinets over here, and some of these shelves, you easily find what appears to be a first aid kit.
Okay.
It'll, it's got suturing and triangle bandages.
Of course it does.
Yeah.
I like it's got mud and some twigs and some leaves.
Yeah. Oh, the apes are civilized. The apes are very civilized here.
I'll take, whatever stuff I can and attempt a medical.
I mean, I'm right here with the medical skills, but that's okay. Don't worry about.
I'm
just gonna watch him. I'm just gonna watch him go. Okay,
You're gonna watch him. Well, I'm taking charge here, so I guess.
Okay, yeah, I know. I like the idea that the gorilla is like in full on.
No, I thought your medical skills were nil. I apologize.
No, it turns out they're linked to your knowledge, and I know a lot.
Okay, knowledge boy. So here's the stuff. Why don't you take?
Kind of paw through it, and it's like, okay, well, this is fairly adequate. Hey, why don't you find out if there's some other anything around here that would give us a clue as to who attacked, or make sure this place is secure. Is the doors closed?
Yeah, I'll is there? I don't know if is there a lock on the door? Is there a way to bar
No,
it?
the dormitory does not have a lock.
Okay, well, I'll close the door and
Apes have always been trusting.
That's right. Well, apes are the
Kinda
apex,
stand by the door.
the apex species. They're not. They have no natural enemies.
Nope, we have to save it for unnatural ones.
That's right.
Generally, we get the
Are the-
unnatural.
are the barracks
Oh
pretty
God.
settled? I mean, is it a mess in here or?
Yeah, it's just the two. It's just the three of you, and the beds are generally made. A few of them are kind of a little more sloppily pulled together than others, but there's no one else in here, and the room is mostly tidy.
Okay.
All right, so Caleb, are you going to try to do a little bit more
I'll see what
stable?
I'll see what I can do to make sure she doesn't just cough and start bleeding out again.
All right.
We're gonna go medical.
I'm happy to assist if it helps.
Yes, you hold this mirror, and I'm going to somehow produce a mirror out of my thing and get him to reflect the light out of the window onto the thing, because that's just how we roll. When you said best of ape lighting, I believe that's best of ape lighting.
All right.
But yeah, you hold the mirror steady, and I'm going to just be like a dad with the kid helping him with tools.
All right. So it's going to be a difficulty 20 to try to make sure she doesn't die. Essentially,
Okay.
Let me ask you this: what are you actually going to attempt? Are you going to try to remove the bullet, or are you going to try to just stabilize her more than you did?
I'd rather not try and cut into her.
Okay, so no surgery.
And I don't think the first aid kit, you didn't indicate that was anything other than kind of a trauma kit.
Yeah, it's more of a trauma kit.
And I've been told, where is the bullet? Because I don't remember where you said the bullet was.
Oh yeah, so she's been sort of shot in the side here.
Little underside.
Yeah, on her right side, under her arm.
Can I do just a dinky forensics thing and just say, okay, from the front, from the back, mostly to find out if the bullet's like, she's not dying. She doesn't have a sucking chest wound or anything, right?
No, it seems. I mean, I don't know what the actual damage that would occur being shot through there, but I would assume
it traumatized her.
Yeah.
Her ribs she's probably got a broken rib and a few other things. So I'm going to try and kind of stabilize the ribs.
So, yeah, you rolled. You rolled quite well on your prior first aid. So yeah, it would appear the bullet has gone completely through.
Oh, good. All right.
So whatever that means, good or bad, I don't know. I'm not
digging there with her finger. All right. Well, I'll try and stabilize her, and if she, broken bones or other trauma.
Okay.
All right. And I don't know if anyone's gonna. Ooh.
Yeah, well, there's definitely a little bit of rib. There's definitely some rib sticking out there.
Yeah, I didn't put them back in. I'll tell you that.
All right. So,
She was fine.
I know she was fine. Yeah, shove them back in.
Okay,
Stuck
so
my finger in the hole.
that is a 1, which is a failure.
Oh God, I forgot about that. Yeah,
that is not good. So
I critted, I failed, and I crit failed. Yeah. Oh, God.
So it's 11 fail by. Well, it's not 2 times.
Failed by 9. It was close.
Yeah.
I was on the hairy edge of shit.
Yeah, -1 to -9. That's just an ordinary failure.
Oh, I'd be happy to take that.
Yeah. So, she's kind of started bleeding again. We'll say you took the dressing off, and maybe you were a little bit careless, and
I tore the clot out or whatever.
Yeah,
it was.
kind of brought that the rib kind of twisted a little bit, and she winches and screams out. But she's not. You're not actually killing her. So.
I like the idea of I'm going to try and put a brave face on. Well, that's just the sound of healing, Constable.
Yeah.
I'm just like blood spraying out.
All right.
Is it supposed to be doing that?
We're going to jump back to the workshop now.
Yeah, please. Oh God, I've done enough damage. Oh.
You seem interested in those papers, Prefect.
Seems like there was some strange experiments going on over here.
Everything's strange. I just don't understand all these deaths. I still,
Looks like they were
Good.
shot.
well, I understand that part. No, I mean,
Okay.
I just don't understand how all this could happen. Apes don't do this.
Is very unsettling.
I wasn't clear either. Did she ever imply that there was any human with this group of apes?
She didn't say. Have you ever heard of this Dolly person?
Have I?
No.
I don't know anyone named Dolly. Not in all my time in the Vale.
Okay, there's not much else in the workshop. There's clearly the things that are here are, you know, broken pottery and vases, and it's just a bunch of things that could just as easily have belonged to apes. There doesn't seem to be anything in this quote reliquary that sort of would indicate a higher purpose. Maybe it's all just kind of mundane things.
I think we need to question her more. I know she's wounded.
Hurry up.
Really put the
I know
Yeah,
she's
hurry
wounded,
up.
but we need to get more information. I'm going to
She's
go.
not
to
got
the
long
dorm.
left.
Yeah, I'm going to.
There's definitely a sore spot that you can put some pressure on. So.
Jesus.
Well, and I've treated many wounds in the field.
Oh,
There's this thing called cauterize. I don't know if the lector knows that. You just take a flame and burn it sharp.
All right, so you guys are going to head over to the dormitory?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Oh God.
All right, we'll go back to the dormitory.
You hear screams coming from the dormitory.
You start running
Okay.
down.
So Caleb, I'm gonna hold on. Yeah, you guys aren't quite there yet.
okay.
You can just wait outside. So Caleb, I'm gonna give you one more attempt at medical,
Sure.
and this will kind of determine the fate of Dr. Mola.
Where we're going with this. Okay. Oh God, I forgot it is 3D. It's like 20. Oh, the only reason I got the good roll, now I remember. Ah shit. What's my is there the luck points or something? You may have to remind me. Hero points.
Hero points, yes.
I have 3. That's the number that adds pips, right?
Yes.
If I go to 3 pips, I go up a die. Does it work
Yeah.
that way? Yeah, check me on my presumption. I'm kind of going to put it all on the line for this one because, oh dear.
So Elsa did say they were going to help as well. So that gives you 1 extra die. So that wouldn't have caused a success.
Yeah, that wouldn't have shifted anything
Before. But if you want to take that extra die now as well, you can. It might.
I do indeed. Do I just add that to my total?
Yeah, you could just roll your regular die and then roll a separate d6, however you want to do it.
Okay, and that does not count as like a wild die one, right? Because what I was thinking, what I didn't know is if he assists, if it's Elsa's die, or if it's just that I get a die in the.
You get an extra die.
Okay, thank you. All right. Yeah, stats and skills, knowledge. I'm gonna be. All right. I rolled an 18, but I did use 3 pips.
How do you mean you used 3 pips?
I did 3 points. Like I use 3 hero points, or I wanted to use 3
Oh,
hero points
to apply to the roll?
to apply to the roll.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure. How does that work? To approve an attribute, can you use hero points in that way?
Oh, I thought you could. Never mind. And I'm going off of just not knowing the rules.
Yeah, I think hero points are. Hold on. No, you can redo a failed
Just
roll.
a shot in the dark.
Yeah, you can redo a failed roll. You can double. Yeah. So hold on.
Okay.
You can spend 1 hero point to do one of the following: double the die code of a single roll after penalties are applied, but before rolling. So redo, so you can re-roll a failed roll, which means after you roll, you can then choose to roll.
Okay.
Or when you gain a wounded or incapacitated status, you can reduce it to stun. So that's separate. So you can double the die code of a single roll after penalties are applied, but before rolling. So that would mean you would spend 1 hero point and you would be able to roll another 4d6. Well, technically 5d6.
Okay.
And you didn't roll the extra die from
Yeah, I technically
Elsa.
did.
Oh, did you?
Technically I did. Yeah, I had it bumped up to 4.
Oh, I thought you were more than that on.
No, I think I screwed something up. So my 20 wasn't as good as it could have been.
Oh, I see.
So it's probably 15.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm only 2D plus 2.
Okay. Well, you can spend a hero point to roll another 3d6 since we didn't clearly use the rolls.
Okay.
So roll another 3d6.
And I really, really appreciate it. Okay.
Yeah.
3D.
Oh no, it's fine. I wasn't clear on the rolls either.
Save. Okay. Okay. So I just roll another 3d6 just straight.
And then take a hero point away.
Okay. I remove the hero point right off the bat.
Just 1. Yeah, so it's almost impossible to fail here. So
Almost. Keyword.
How can I make it go down? Because I just damn it. I'm using the little roll mechanic thing. Ooh, that was much better.
Yeah, there you go. Well, that's okay. So
you had cancer, and I cured that too.
Your feet don't smell anymore.
So, Elsa, you're watching as Lector Caleb seems to not really know what he's doing at first. Kind of rips off this bandage. Mullis, jerks and screams a little bit, and Caleb kind of gathers his senses a bit. Reaches into the trauma kit, pulls out some things, and suddenly looks like he knows exactly what he's doing as he addresses the wound, cleans it out with whatever cleaning solution is in there. Maybe uses some little butterfly stickers to pull the wound closed on the front and the back. And she's a little bit stressed about all this. And during this treatment, she does sort of drift off and fall unconscious, but
quick, give her a lollipop.
No, it seems to be more of like a restful thing. She's not, she wasn't like traumatized, screaming and then passing out from exhaustion. It's more just the treatment has, calmed her down and allowed her to sort of rest.
Okay.
So well done, Caleb.
Okay.
Very good.
Is there a water source?
There would be. Yeah, there's some water.
Get her like a glass of water or whatever if she.
Yeah, over here on the.
That when she.
Yeah, over here. So
okay, I will go over and fetch some water and bring it over next to the bed in case she needs it.
Atticus and Janice, you two arrive as the constable is over here getting some water. Elsa, I think.
Yes.
Lector Caleb, how is Dr. Mula?
There
Can she speak?
She'll be fine now, and on top of that, she's fertile again. So I got my hands up and they're like drenched in blood, basically. But she's resting now, and I think we might want to leave her that way. It was a bit touch and go there for a minute. Unless you need something urgently.
Well, maybe you can help. She referred to Yannick, who I've heard of, but she said Dory was looking for Yannick. Who is Dory?
Well, all I know is they forget a lot. I'm really going to do a deep cut on Disney. I'm going to make Disney sue us.
Well, either that or they'll acquire Planet of the Apes.
It was Dolly.
Intellectual property.
Dolly. Oh, well, oh, you meant Dolly.
Miss Parton.
No, I was thinking the painter. Yeah, I don't think I've heard of him. I think I made that one.
Yeah, no, none of you have heard of Dolly.
Okay, I'm gonna pretend that I've heard of him or I'm vaguely familiar with him, but can't remember. I'm just gonna be a dick and not admit I don't know something.
Okay.
I think I haven't heard that name.
What are you going to tell these folks about?
I have not heard that name in a long time since I was at my mother's knee, and it was something about hating technology and siding with humans.
Siding with humans, not hunting?
No,
such a thing.
I don't know. A crazy person. That was what Dolly was, all right.
Well, obviously crazy if he's an ape and he's killed other apes.
I am so going to hell for this.
Maybe,
but it's like, yep. I think that yes, I think it's imperative we find him and hunt him down.
So, are you going to try to convince your fellow team members of this, or are you just kind of rambling like, just kind of?
Well, I'm not going to go.
They believe it. If they don't, they don't.
I'm just going to speak with authority, and I think probably I think that I need to make a check because I am putting on a performance for them, and I want them to be convinced of this. So we get some old PvP here.
Yeah. So do you want to do like con or because you have one extra D in con?
Oh, I got tons. Yeah. Let me see. Willpower hidden. Okay, I got 3d6. Yeah. Let's go. Con makes the most sense of anything.
All right.
Because that's me lying. Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone else, give me a. Instinct, maybe.
Detect bullshit. Yeah.
Either instinct or
maybe give me an instinct.
Okay, that's my target. I take it, or should I roll first and just give them their?
Yeah, you roll first, and then we'll.
My instinct was pathetic.
Boom.
Oh wow!
I think you have to pull one die off of there because I've got like. I have a spare D6 in there, so take 4 off of that.
So what happened there? How did that? Is it just the formula is just wrong?
Yeah, I got a screwed up formula. Give me a second.
Okay, all right, no worries. Still,
but it's
I believe
2, 6 or 2, 3.
Yeah, 17. Okay,
17,
so.
I believe you no matter what because I rolled a wild die.
Yeah, Elsa, we're still waiting. We need an instinct roll from you, Elsa. There we go. Okay. All right. Well, it would seem that Lector Caleb has heard of Dolly and seems to be an authority on the subject.
Is he another orangutan?
My mother never. Oh yeah, now I've got. Oh god. Orangutans are dangerous, but boy,
it has been a long time.
I really want to say gorilla, because that makes whoever it is dishonorable. I believe it was a crazed chimpanzee.
Well, I would buy that. They're always mewling about human rights.
Okay, got it. Yep, thank you. Thanks for pulling my ass out of my own sling.
Well, I failed, so I'm just buying your story.
I guess I am too.
You will support it more than ChatGPT says I'm a great guy.
I've heard that chimps even in other places around have protested against gorillas hunting.
Okay, so we have to find this person then. And now he seems to have maybe armed the humans.
Armed the humans? Did she mention
Unthinkable.
something after I left?
I'm listening to her. I'm going to say she's mumble speaking. Hold on. What is it, dear? Yes, she said it just before she passed out.
He's a chimp whisperer.
Yeah, I'm a chimp whisperer. It's part of the many skills I bring as one of the lawgivers.
Yeah.
We can hear the
Wait.
thoughts of apes. What?
Wait, this guy,
Just right.
how could he teach humans to use weapons? I've barely seen them be successful picking up a rock and throwing it.
He is that good. That is why he must be destroyed.
Mm.
For the
Definitely.
safety of the children. I'm going to bring out children next and lower taxes and tariffs. That's my escalation. But yeah, I'm going to say that's why we have to do it, because they're probably even teaching their children how to use these weapons.
Prefect Janus, you know some of the law. What is the penalty for an ape who kills ape? Because we cannot kill apes.
Let me think.
I am having an existential crisis here.
I do
And
want to
that's
share.
a big word for a gorilla to chew.
I do want to put that for the lawgiver's character sheet, your little token that I didn't put up yet, it says ape shall not kill ape with an asterisk. So there you go.
Do I have any insight onto this?
Into
The
Dolly? Into Dolly?
well, no, into the law of.
Oh, okay. Well,
I think
you're a constable. I'm going to just say you guys can kind of riff on whatever belief you guys want to manifest for your character.
Oh, I'm sure the Sacred Skulls will give me whatever justification I need.
Mm-hmm.
I can. Do you want me to do a Sacred Scrolls thing, or you guys want to work it out?
You could quote the sacred scrolls.
An ape who kills an ape or sides with humans is no ape at all.
Ooh.
So he has renounced his birthright, and I'm just going.
All right, sermon.
I'm ready to. Yeah, I'm ready to baptize people. I am going. But yeah, that's my. That's my.
As long as I am absolved of anything, if I have to drop him at 50 paces.
I say if you get a chance to shoot him in the back, you should do it.
That's kind of cowardly. I would at least challenge him.
Nah, he doesn't deserve it.
Okay,
But be sure you're not going to shoot the prefect over here. All chimps look alike.
Jesus.
Doesn't he at least wear some kind of shawl designating him as a prefect?
Yes, I have many fine shawls.
Keep it on, just in case.
I'm sorry. This is so
I have my memento of my mini scroll case.
yeah.
I want to make a skill roll based, like looking at or wondering if I have ever read any of the verses that pertain to this.
Yeah. So you're going to roll your knowledge, or you can just click, scholar. It's the same thing. You can just click scholar and then add your. You know what? Why don't we do this? Let's just add the plus 1d to your scholar. And you can use, and then there. So you can. I'm giving you 1d in scholar, which is relating to your memento.
Okay. Very cool. All right. So give that a roll.
All right. I think, or you think the interpretation from Caleb is you don't really have a person. So let me rephrase this. He didn't quote the scrolls verbatim.
Right.
but I'm going to let you decide what the actual interpretation is. So if you want to contradict it or validate it, that's completely up to you.
So, did I have a success or a
Yes,
failure? I mean,
you are quite familiar with the terms around ape versus ape and what the sacred scrolls might say.
all right. So, I agree. You know, an ape that helps a human has given up his ape kind. So it's not ape violence towards an ape. It's ape violence towards a non-entity.
Uh,
Well said.
I can accept that.
All right, things are going to get
Lector,
interesting.
do you have any idea what Dr. Yannick was doing? What sort of experiments? I know you two were familiar with one another.
Oh God, here we go. All right, I'm gonna make up another lie. I'm almost certain I don't. Do I? Would I? What are my chances of?
Well, you can roll if you want. If you want to see if you can recall, maybe Doctor or High Prefect Sora had ever mentioned something. What would it be? Maybe knowledge. I don't know if it's scholar. Maybe
straight tech. It could just be straight knowledge.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if it's maybe. I mean, ideal it would be streetwise, maybe, but
well, if he was ever open about what he was doing, that's the bit you might shade your brain of is like, you know, he was cagey and I guessed, or we drank a lot and he told me.
Yeah, so your knowledge roll looks something's up with your knowledge button there.
Yeah, my knowledge button's weird. That's okay.
Okay, yeah, just do a straight knowledge. We're gonna say it's a 15, just to see whether you recall anything.
Okay. And yes, I am frogging around with my crap. So I've got 3D plus 2. And here we go.
Ooh.
And then there should be a plus 2 on that.
Nice.
So 5.
Okay.
Yeah, that added it up. Okay, so I exactly got what I needed.
So what was the question again? Remind me.
What was
the experiment?
What was Yannick up
experiments,
to?
yes.
And I was fairly drunk.
Yannick was he was taking human captives and doing experiments on them that might border on sort of the obscene or the grotesque. So he you know, I mean, humans are obviously sub ape, but some of the things that you had sort of heard rumored that were coming back from what Yannick was doing were quite detestable, even for human standards.
Okay. You know, I'm not going to do the truth when a lie will do. So I'm going to say he did horrible. He did things that humans deserve to have done with them. He advanced the frontier of knowledge. That is
And yet
what
he
was doing
never
there.
came to my hunting sessions.
Well, he was a busy man.
We went out every week.
That science ain't gonna discover itself, you know.
So I'm not going to make you roll for this con, Caleb, because I think you believe it, right?
I definitely
I
believe it, but
totally.
I won't provide. I don't want to provide any details. I'm just going to say, yeah, they deserve it.
Yeah.
I mean, even though I think I'm amongst friends who will use the H word in public, I don't know what the slur would be, but I'm just figuring human would be, you know, the equivalent of calling people sand people. But yeah, they just deserved it. He did nothing that they didn't deserve, and it was all to advance ape kind's knowledge.
Okay.
That's my thought, because
Well,
there
this
is
is-
destruction too.
While this is going on and this discussion is going, I'm gonna kind of just grunt horses and leave the building to go water and feed our horses and bring them
Okay.
over to the near outside the dormitory here.
Okay. So we can move along a little quickly if you guys
Yep.
want. We don't have to. There's nothing going to happen here at the village.
Just gonna
Also,
leave
you can take care of the horses without issue. Maybe when you get, unless there's something else you want to do outside while you're doing that.
Nothing out of the ordinary. I mean,
Okay.
if I didn't detect anything before,
Yeah.
I'll still remain vigilant, but
Yeah.
I just want to take care of the horses and make
Sure.
sure
So
they're
just for the safety of the group, you maybe do another perimeter of the village of the area, get the horses tied up, brushed down. Maybe the debate about ape versus ape killing extends late into the night, and you folks can go to sleep, whatever you're going to do into the morning.
I'll probably rest on top of the guard tower.
Yeah, we got to figure out. Yeah, we got to figure out what to
Keep
do
watch.
with Dr. Mola, though.
Okay.
I'm just realizing
that is the situation. Yeah.
Okay. So in the morning, you guys can take a bed, whatever. You can take guard watch, whichever happens. In the morning, we'll say you're in the mess hall. Maybe you're taking turns, Dr. Mola here. Maybe someone's watching, but the rest of you are in the mess hall.
Okay.
You hear two horses, arriving in the village as you are in the mess hall. And I will move you back to here. Where are you? So I'm going to say this road up in the corner here continues off into the woods.
Okay.
And that is where the two horse riders arrive. They are two ape guards from the village here. So they were out on patrol, returning. Dr. Mola is not there. Someone is inside the reliquary or in the thing. So two ape guards ride up outside the mess hall.
Okay, and we hear them, right?
Yes, you can hear the horse neigh and whinny as they sort of come to a halt. You hear the clopping of the horses on the trail.
Okay, so I'll come out and see what the commotion is.
Right. So two guerrilla guards dressed in the same garb as the guards from this reliquary, Dark Ridge, return. Oh, greetings. And who are you?
Where? How long have you been out?
Oh, we've been pursuing the attackers. Unfortunately, we lost their trail at the end of the Pass of Ashes.
Shame.
Maybe I can help.
Well,
I'm somewhat of a tracker.
Well, that would be excellent. We have been riding all night. We need to water the horses and get some rest, and then perhaps we can head back out. But if you want to take up the trail, then by all means, you Just follow this trail through the woods.
I think that's what we should do.
And so, Atticus,
did you get a good view of the attackers?
Well, yes, we did. We were here.
Were they all apes?
Yes, it was a mix. Many apes, gorillas, chimps.
This does not sound good at all.
No, it's we were quite disturbed by this.
Did
Seems
they
that
happen
they
to
were
be
looking
wearing?
for something?
Well,
Did they happen to be wearing any unusual garb, particularly on their heads?
No, nothing on their heads of strange. Nothing strange. Many of them were marked with this symbol on their breast, but no, they seemed like
The white
normal
hand.
apes.
White hand.
the white
White.
matchstick.
The white hand? What? It doesn't look like a hand to me, but not even like an ape hand.
Maybe if it's that.
All right. Well, I will.
This many years old.
Yes.
This many.
This many.
I will go help you find these.
I'm gonna.
Well,
I'm gonna
tracks
back
that
up
are
the
lost.
hand.
Did they just come in and attack? Where did they come in under some guise and
No,
then
it was
attack?
it was a very coordinated effort. We were quite outnumbered, and they surrounded the reliquary and attacked from all angles.
So there were like what, 20?
At least 20, yes. We had arrived. We were on a perimeter patrol, and we had arrived. Clearly, we had been derelict in our duties since the attack was occurring while we were actually patrolling the perimeter. But well, Atticus, it's wonderful that you're here. They recognize you, Atticus, as sort of the veteran that you are. Maybe you may or may not have seen these folks from Vale.
Probably if they frequent the tavern.
Yeah. Well, it's good that you're here. We I think we'll get some food and retire. Were there any survivors?
We have a survivor, Dr. Mola, and
Oh, yes, Dr.
she's
Mola,
stable. But if we're going to go out and try and pick up the trail, then it'll be required that at least one of you stay behind to assist her and maybe even take her to a nearby village.
All right. Well, we will.
For her safety and her health.
All right, we will take care of her then.
I suggest we get on the road as soon as possible and see if we can pick up this trail.
Yeah, you've all had a decent night's sleep. Someone, rotating guard, so you guys are all well rested.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb, you've recovered from your prior night, which actually we completely forgot about.
Oh,
your
yeah.
sleeping penalty, but no worries. We'll say that you managed to pull yourself through.
I am an ape of strong will.
Yes.
I push myself through.
Strong something.
Strong something. But yeah, I over because I was over in the thing, so I may not have heard any. Unless was the doctor? She wasn't there. That's just a dead chip. I was just with her.
Yeah, you were just with her, so maybe you probably heard the horses because they did come in right through the corner there.
Yeah, I'll get a I'll enough to know that they're not trouble, and I'll let everybody fill me in.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I accidentally threw a roll there. Damn, I wasted a wild die too. Shit.
Oh no,
Urgh.
a good one.
Yeah, nice. Okay. So you guys are going to head out. What's the sort of marching order here heading out?
I'd like to take point since I'm kind of a scout and a tracker by trade.
All
I'm going to
right.
also tell these guards that they should gather the dead and give them proper burial.
Yes. Well, we'll send word back to
Okay, yeah.
Dale for reinforcements. One of us will stay, and one of us will head back
Okay.
after a short rest.
Okay.
Well, not a
Sounds
short
good.
rest, but a rest. You know what I mean.
They need a long rest.
A long rest, so they do
Medium.
spells back.
Recharged
I'm
everything.
gonna take up the rear.
Okay.
I was gonna also say a few words and drive home the fact that they were massacred by the traitor Dolly in front of like the other apes and everything, just to spread the word of Dolly and how I know about it.
All right.
You know, I am the most important ape here.
All right. Do you want to roll for this one as well?
Well, it's performance, but yeah. Let's see what happens when I've got my actual shit
All right.
correct on my character sheet. Willpower? No, it's not willpower. Yeah.
So I don't know if it's not really con because it's really it's almost charm, I think, right?
That's charm. I'm not telling them to do something. I'm trying to persuade them to understand it or just make them feel good. Essentially, you know, I want to get some
I'd say
righteous
charm,
bloodlust going in them. Oh, sorry.
I'd say charm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's charm. It's not.
Consensus.
You're just trying to ingratiate them into you, but at the same time, you know, motivate them as well. So we'll go with charm.
Okay.
And
I think one die should probably come off of that. So that's one off of that. So
why
it's
is that?
19. It rolled an extra die that it didn't need to, and I don't know why.
How many is it? 1, 2, 3.
Oh, it is 5 die. All right, it's 5 die plus 1. That was my turn.
Yeah,
last.
5 plus 1. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm better.
20 is excellent. They are supremely motivated to and extremely thrilled that Lector Caleb is on the job. Lector Caleb is going to lead this expedition, bring back any of the survivors that were taken away, if there were any.
Mhm.
Dr. Yannick will be returned and take up his rightful place here at Dark Ridge. Lector Caleb is going to be a hero.
Yep, that's Caleb with a K. Remember that. I show them how to make whatever it is my glyph is. I think the apes have glyphs.
Yes.
So I'll make sure I just hand out these little stamped pieces of paper with my glyph on
they're
it.
suitably impressed for
It's
sure.
embossed. I spent extra. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So
The prefect is so going to shoot me. I'll go middle of the pack.
yeah. So Atticus, I need a tracking roll. I'm not sure if there's a tracking specifically. Maybe it's investigate.
Yeah, it's probably investigate.
What do you got
All
there?
right, here we go.
Not bad. Not bad.
13.
Okay. Yeah. So you set out in the early morning, leaving Dark Ridge behind, having left Dr. Mola in the care of the returning gorillas. The mists, gorillas in the mist. Oh my God.
There's at least one.
Watch out, Diane.
Yeah.
So
Change
the
it
mists
up,
settle in the pass as you head out of Dark Ridge. You don't need to put your tokens on. We're gonna move on here quickly. You easily can see the path of the many feet and horse tracks that had come and gone. Clearly, the two gorillas that returned didn't really have an effect on the large amount of tracks that sort of lead out of the village or out of the reliquary. Heading east in the Forbidden Zone. So let me just quickly put the map back up here.
Mm.
So the Pass of Ashes. So you guys are here at Dark Ridge, and you're going to head out east through the Pass of Ashes towards the Forbidden Zone.
Passes.
This is a pass you've taken once or twice, Atticus, for sure. So you've definitely been in this area before, and easily are following the trail of a large group. Moving through the forest, the lands slowly getting a little bit more sparse as you kind of move through the trees. And the trees starting to get a little bit more, a little shorter, a little more sparse, and until slowly the trees start to fade completely and become a bit more rocky. And this is where we're going to need you to roll another tracking roll. And this has taken you the better part of the day to follow this trail. It was quite easy to follow through the woods, but as it gets more rocky and more scrub, it's getting a little bit harder to track.
All right. Let's see what we get here. Ooh, a pathetic roll.
All right.
7.
So the two gorillas had given you sort of a description of this area. Again, you've kind of been to this part before. This is kind of where they lost the path as well.
Okay.
It's getting hard to read.
So I'm just going to go back here. So you are sort of right near the edge here. You kind of know the edge of the Forbidden Zone is up ahead. And you could sort of forge ahead to get to that border, or you can kind of backtrack and see if you can pick up the trail again.
They would be fools to go in the Forbidden Zone, but then again, they were fools for killing other apes.
Right.
What say you,
Who knows what
Lecter?
they'll do.
Should we enter the Forbidden Zone?
Oh man, oh man, I do not want to go to the Forbidden Zone. Fuck.
But why? It sounds so great.
I know, but it's forbidden. That's the whole deal.
That's why I asked you.
Oh man.
The Pass of Ashes ends at the Forbidden Zone. It's really,
Don't we want to try and pick up their trail first? So that, if they are going into the Forbidden Zone, I think it'd be wise to at least see if we can be following their trail rather than just taking a shot in the dark.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a crisis of faith, and if anybody wants to just call me a big wimp chicken about all my big talk, that's fine. But it's like, where the Forbidden Zone? That's a whole different thing. Even a crazy ape can survive. Only the crazy apes can survive in there.
Well, I'm gonna take out my lucky human toe and I'm gonna rub it a little bit and say, once I got in there just a short ways and I was able to get my quarry, and this is his toe. It is dangerous, that is true, but it is not always lethal.
Not only that, but we're
All right.
chasing criminals.
So we're going
Of
to
heinous nature.
Yeah, I'm taking a swig off my lucky thing, and I don't even roll dice. I'm just taking a swig.
all right. So
All right.
so Atticus, do you want to use that hero point to achieve something?
Well, yeah, when we get right to the border, which I assume is marked with the X marks the spot corpse signs that we always see in Planet of the Apes along the Forbidden Zone.
Yeah, there we
Those
go.
guys, yeah.
I'm going to stop right there and try to pick up the trail again, because the path goes right to this border, I'm assuming. So then
Yes.
I'm gonna stop there and really take my time and see if I want to verify for sure that they crossed into the zone.
All right. So you lead the group. You sort of forge ahead to the edge of the Forbidden Zone where the scare apes are assembled, and the crew. I'm assuming everyone's following. If Atticus is just kind of saying, I don't care if you don't want to go or not, I'm going. Everyone's following.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'm taking a
going.
swig. I'm taking a swig and doing my best.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm encouraging Caleb to keep his butt moving.
All right. So
So investigate again.
no, you actually with your lucky toe, you have picked up the trail again.
Ah, and it does lead into the zone.
Yes. You come up over you go past the scare apes, sort of up this ridge, and as you do come up over the ridge, you start to get a view of the sort of broader forbidden zone far out below you. It kind of goes down a hill and expands out. You can see sort of the much more rocky terrain than you're generally used to. There is a sort of large forest here off to your left, because you're up here looking out. So off to your left, there's sort of this large forested area, but pretty much as far as you can see off into the distance is wasteland. Rocky, craggy mesas and small scrub. It's like a maze of rock and small hills.
Okay. I'll tell the group. I see their tracks again. They did go into the zone. If anyone wants to turn back now is your chance. But I must pursue them.
I gallop not gallop, but I giddy up my horse up next to Atticus's
So
in answer.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go along because I just don't want to be left behind now.
Yeah, I'm definitely coming along.
All right.
Double check your canteens or gourds. I don't know.
Now's the time to ask. That was a hell of a time to know.
So
there
Janice,
could be water somewhere in here.
so Janus, I need you. I keep saying Janice. I'm sorry, Janus. I need you to give me a perception roll, please.
All right.
It's where are you here? Stats. Not just a straight up perception, no investigation or anything. All right. I'm going to send you a little message quickly here, just to you, and you can decide what you do it with it. Oops, sorry, I should have had this ready. All right, there you go. You can do with that what you like. So, Atticus, you've picked up the trail. What's next?
All right. I'll ride along the trail, but I'll be vigilant. I'll go a little slower. I'll go a little slower and keep looking from side to side.
That's what I'm doing as well. I'm scanning the crags.
Keep your eyes open and your hands on your triggers.
Well, that's true. That's good.
All right.
So
it is.
Get my gun out. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is getting near the end of the day, but there's still a couple hours more of. Oh, is that you doing something?
Sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to get your the rolls down.
Oh, I can do that. Sorry, that's my fault.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, that's not. Oh, that's weird. It's not me. What is going on?
No, it's pulling off of my window, I think.
Well, just hit clear. Just clear. There's a little button there. You can just clear the rolls.
Okay.
It's like it's frozen. Yeah. Oh, it's frozen, I think. Why is it coming off of yours?
Because I picked the thing. It shouldn't be.
No.
Anyway, go. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, no, it's all right. Sorry. Okay. So yeah, you've got a few hours of daylight left. You can forge ahead.
I would suggest we move on for about half to 2/3 of the daylight and then find someplace safe to camp.
Agreed.
Okay, so I just gotta check one quick thing here. Closed something. Janus, I didn't look check on Discord. Are you going to do anything with that information?
I'm going to keep it in my pocket for now.
All right. Okay.
Damn it, man.
All right. I will just check one quick thing. Where is it? Yeah. Okay. So the path seems to follow the edge of the Forbidden Zone, sort of along here, Atticus. So you're kind of moving along the trail near where the edge is. So you're kind of skirting the bottom of the hills, the foothills that kind of go up to the north here. And I need you to give me one more tracking roll, please.
Okay. Not too bad. 14.
Yeah, that's no problem. So skirting the foothills, moving through the crags and mesas and rocky areas of this deserted wasteland. You, after a few more hours, again, you've left yourself some daylight, but as you follow the path of the force that you're following, you end up in a small little vale, if you will. No, the vale's a bad word, sorry. You end up in a small little valley, a little craggy area, and there's some sort of a construct on the floor of this valley that appears out of place. It's not a normal, natural construct, and you've never been to this area before within the Forbidden Zone.
Have I seen like structures in the Forbidden the few times I've skirted the edge?
So you've seen some quite decimated structures. This one seems a little different. This one isn't really it's not like a completely destroyed building. It's more of I get it's kind of like what you would say, the remains of a foundation, and they seem to be somewhat intact. I mean, apes aren't completely ignorant of construction techniques, so it's like the remains of a foundation of a building, as opposed to what you've generally seen are kind of the complete destruction of a structure.
Right.
Rock piles and completely collapsed structures. This is a foundation structure of some kind. And you can see that the trail that you're following of this group seems to have ended in this area. So you guys are approaching from the bottom here, so you can drop your tokens on if you want.
Okay.
Okay. Let me see. We're not looking. We're writing up on this, even though it's overhead. Okay.
Yeah.
We don't have binoculars because that will be like way too techy. Because it's kind of a weird time of Planet of the Apes where they have them or don't.
Yeah, I don't know. Why don't you decide there, Lecter, how forbidden binoculars might be?
If I can get away with, if it's to my advantage and I can tell when something's coming, I'm going to say that, binoculars are good because they were invented before the fall of ape civilization, because apes obviously made these before
Yeah.
the cataclysm?
Well,
Yeah.
Because they're of ape manufacture, is all I know. They're whether
yeah,
they're
I think binoculars are okay. I don't think those are.
we
I don't
got
think
good-
those are
I
foreboding.
mean, we got guns, so I
Yeah.
figure that binoculars are
Yeah,
the least of our problems.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not just
Eyeglasses
two cardboard.
on the
It's
face.
not just two cardboard tubes that we hold up. To the eyes.
I like no, it's actually a big black rectangle that has the little
Yeah.
silhouette in it.
The area is clear. You can see very easily that the tracks seem to have come in and then also left.
So they came in here and then doubled back.
They came in. Maybe the horses were kind of tied up or tied off or left to graze and stand a little bit, and then they left probably after a short period.
I wonder if they camped here for the night last night.
Mm. Possible.
If you want to do a quick perception just to determine whether they camped or not.
I'll look around to see if they just straight perception or the investigate. I think it's the same.
You can do investigate if you want. Anyone else want to do anything while you're in the area?
I want to poke around the ruins.
Yeah, I want to do like a history check, see if I notice anything about this crazy.
Okay, you can
My
all free
wild
move
eye
up.
went wild on that.
You can free move up to the ruins if you want to. There's
I want to search out some higher ground to maybe get a little better vantage of the surrounding area to see if that's possible.
okay. Yes, you can easily find your way up. If you want to do, is there a climbing skill maybe with dexterity?
Yeah, I think there is.
Yeah, climb jump. If you want to do a little, let's say a difficulty 10 climb jump just to get up to the height here. Atticus, your 23 clearly shows they did not camp.
Ooh, that's a good one.
The group arrived of about I'm going to say about 10 horses, and then 10 horses also left. 10 arrived and 10 left. They were here for a couple hours, and I'm going to also send you a little private message here. Where are you?
Okay.
You can share this or not. All right. Okay. What did you get there for your climb?
I got a 21.
21, easily. You clamber up that rock face and get a very good view of the surrounding area.
Okay.
You can't really see much more than you saw when you were. Let me put you back here just for a second. Did that update? Yeah, it did. Okay. Just making sure the stream updated. So you folks are now down about. The stream is not updating. Let me see here. Okay. You're down around here. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, the stream isn't showing, but that's okay. It's showing the map, but it's not updating the the marking that I'm doing. So folks watching can't see. I'm just pointing at this large forest area right in the middle of the forbidden zone here.
Right.
So you can kind of see the edge of the forest, maybe 5 or 10 kilometers away from where you are, and further to the south, you can see the areas that are
Right.
somewhat desolate further to the south. Okay, Atticus, do you have any other questions about the Foundation based on your high roll?
Well, first I'm gonna move close enough so I can sort of converse to both Janus and Caleb, and I'm gonna say there are human tracks here with the apes, not after the apes, but with the apes.
I'm going to dismiss this as that is to be expected. What did I tell you?
Well, you said
I am going
you
to
said
take
he
another
was-
drink off my flask because that's terrifying the shit out of me that I was right.
You said he was running experiments on them, not walking around with them.
No, it's not Dr. Yamek. How did you butt heads too many times in the military? We're talking about Dolly.
Yes, you said Dolly did things to the humans that were
No,
unspeakable.
Yamek did things to humans. Dolly did things with humans. They are two different words. And again, that's another two. So now we're going to have to get into this, and I'm going to go into a talk about the past, present participle thing. But yeah, I'm gonna
all talk. Orangs are all talk, no action. And
I
then I'll
feel very happy that I'm up here.
I
on a cliff.
am so looking at whatever rock is right in front of me. I have no idea what I'm looking at, but I'm just.
Well, what you do see is a set of spiral stairs in the stone that move down into the foundation and down in underground, right here.
Yeah, I'm gonna wander toward those. I don't know if there's anything in the way of tracks or any of that shit.
now that I
Waiting for a
see
lurker.
these stairs, can I reevaluate, since I rolled such a high investigate, were the horses that left carrying less weight than the horses that entered?
Barren rock. He did roll a double exploded wild.
Yeah, I
die,
know.
though. That's
I
pretty damn.
really I exploded all over the screen on that.
Oh, Jesus.
All right.
Well, what I will say is you can tell that the humans were mounted with the apes. So they got on the horseback with the apes.
Okay, so then I'm kind of going to challenge Caleb and say they were riding with these apes.
Yes, I told you that. Good God. Good God,
Yes.
man. Yes, that's why Dolly is so dangerous. He teaches humans the ways, and he denigrates apes. What part of this did you miss when I described it?
I just can't believe that humans can handle this much instruction.
Look, no, we don't have dogs. Shit, I can't. We have no analogy because they have no pets.
Right? I'd like literally.
Now,
can't
some
accept
humans,
that
I
he's
will
telling
say,
you the truth.
some of the humans in the Forbidden Zone can be taught simple tricks. They're not like our field humans. These are house humans.
Yes, I went. What a house human is.
These are Forbidden Zone humans. I mean, instead of house humans, but these are Forbidden Zone humans. They're different. The environment has done strange things to them. They are mutants and abominations. I'm getting whipped
all
up,
right.
but yes, I know you. Oh, all right. Now I understand, and I'm sorry I was angry with you. I thought the fact you couldn't fathom it escaped me in role playing.
It seems to me beyond belief that they can learn this, but I have seen many strange things in the Forbidden Zone area.
Look, they have been used as beaters, like when you hunt, right? These humans did not have what?
I've seen humans juggle.
What?
In a zoo.
The fuck?
Juggle.
I like the idea of monkey doing this. But see, they did not use weapons. They're not.
Next, you'll tell me they bang cymbals like this.
Yes, and they smile a lot.
All right, Constable Elsa, do you want to give me another? You want to give me another perception
Love, we're
check?
just
Yes.
arguing like crazy while we're about to be eaten by something.
All
Oh, God.
right. There we go.
All right, and what's happening here by the foundation? Are you guys?
Not a great roll, but
I think we're arguing in front of the foundation, so I don't know if more.
Yeah.
Janus may have just fucked off without us while we were arguing.
No,
He
I'm
might
here.
have
I'm
gone down a
listening.
few steps.
Oh,
All right, Elsa, you everything looks clear. You don't see anything out of the ordinary. There's no.
okay.
Um,
Then I'm gonna climb down and
okay.
join the
All right.
debate.
Uh,
It's echoing
Going down
throughout the valley.
It's
What did
just
you
as
get
far
here?
as the sun reaches.
Your climb before was a 21. So
Yeah.
no problem. You can get back down without issue.
Okay.
How much time
Okay.
is left?
Did someone say they're going inside?
Just as far as the sunlight goes.
Okay. Well, it's a spiral stairway. It goes down about probably 16 to 28 feet, and kind of keeps spiraling down. But as it does, it sort of changes in composition, and what started out as sort of what looks like makeshift rock stairs that seem like they've been kind of placed and manipulated to create a method to get down, quickly turns into something you've almost never really seen before, which would be metal stairs. So the walls become metal and steel, and the stairs themselves become steel. So when your feet walking down on the rock stairs suddenly hit cold metal, and it's a very, very different experience than you've kind of ever seen before.
Oh, start walking back like a dog that has socks on. Like, not knowing where my feet go.
you do have shoes on.
Oh, yeah, they do have weird.
Yeah,
I
you have
still don't
boots.
like
Yeah, you
Your
have
toe
boots.
shoes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just
toe
it's
shoes.
cold. You're touching the wall as you're moving, and it goes from sort of warm stone to cold steel.
Yeah, that's when I stop. I don't go any deeper than that.
Okay.
Look at this.
What is it?
It's metal.
I thought it was punk. I'm just gonna be a bad person all day.
This is
Not
strange.
The ape guns. Are
What
they?
about-
Well, I'm wondering if we understand about forging metal. Like, do we have, like, are the barrels of these guns forged metal? I'm guessing we must have blacksmiths and stuff.
They did have blacksmiths in the TV series.
Yeah, I think though. Yeah, look, they have scientific equipment to a degree. So,
Yeah, they're
yeah, it's
doing
hard to-
surgeries and
Yeah. So it's hard. It's hard to. I'm trying to picture if we would ever have conceived of steps made out of metal, but I guess we would since we've had blacksmiths.
you probably would have conceived of it, but to see it in such a polished,
Right.
refined state is definitely different than.
Yeah,
what
there's a bunch better ways to build stairs.
Yeah,
Never give up on good old stone.
or wood. Yeah.
Wood. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna actually. Is there? Can my? Did you yell for come down here and see this?
yes.
Yeah, he said. Check this
I
out.
will absolutely do my best to charge down there because I just want to see all the cool.
All right, Jim. Can you check your Discord again?
Yeah.
What are you not telling us?
Yeah. I sensed it. He knows something.
I know. It's
Just
like
had
we're all
a
going to be.
feeling.
We're all ready to be counselors.
He doesn't have to do. He doesn't have to do anything about the info. So it's up to him.
Well,
You know, as is GM in another game. Goddamn, yes, he does.
All right. So
Oh God,
So-
that's great. Yeah.
You
This
wouldn't
is-
want anything to happen to your character.
yeah. Once is an occurrence, twice is a coincidence. I'm keeping it to myself.
okay. All right.
Three times a lady. What are we talking about?
Three
here?
times a lady. That's what. That's the next step.
So you
Let's just hope it's not 3 strikes and you're out. We don't want to all die.
So the stairs open into a very strange room that you've really never
All computer.
kind of seen a room like this before. The floor is some sort of a polished tile stone. Maybe, you know, apes probably have some sort of floor tiles, but nothing like this. You know, perfectly machined, perfectly fit together. There are lights in the ceiling that you can't quite point out what the source of these lights could possibly be. They're dimly lit and flickering, but there doesn't seem to be any kind of fire or oil or anything that would, you know, cause these lights to be the way they are. There's a strange metal and glass desk with a chair in the corner, and then off to your left, you guys can drop yourself onto the map there. And then off to your left is a, you guys can resize yourself, right? I don't have to do that for you.
Oh, I
Oh
don't
my
know.
god, I'm huge.
Yeah, you'd click on the,
Look, I'm just going to leave myself big, just to have a little of this.
yeah, there you go.
There we go. Okay, I've actually made this account huge. Feeling dumb. How's the? Oh,
It's up with the label. There's the little the little resize.
Yeah,
there
there's
we
a
go.
little.
Oh, I see. Thank you for the.
All right.
Yeah, there's a little clicky.
Thanks for understanding.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh goodness,
All right, so
there's much more to this place.
this is very eerie and creepy. So I need everybody to
Mm.
a
Is there a
grit
superstition roll?
roll. Mental resistance,
Good.
willpower.
Good. That's one of my better ones. I'm very gritty.
You don't look like a hockey mascot.
My wild die was hideous.
Ooh.
I rolled a 1 on the old wild
Let's
die.
see if I can get my grit going here. Ooh, I exploded my grit die. Ooh, by a lot.
Wow.
Holy moly.
I am completely unflapped by all of this. Bring on the shuttlecraft.
Actually, it kind of makes sense because you're here to explain this stuff or to cover it up.
Yeah, Elsa, did I get your grit roll there?
No, you didn't. So, where's the grit?
Under willpower.
Oh, willpower. Okay.
Yeah, that was
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
Nothing special.
Nope.
Elsa,
God.
you want to leave. This either you're so terrified or you are convinced that this is against the sacred scrolls.
This is not good.
You are quite adamant that you want to leave. If you I think you will want to leave, so you are gonna head back.
I'm out of here. I'm done.
Yeah. It's not right.
Back away.
This is against the laws. You guys are treading on ground that you shouldn't be.
We are meddling in things Ape was not meant to know.
Caleb, on the other hand, feels it's destiny
Oh, God, yes.
for him to be here.
I start chanting Cthulhu things at this moment.
Yes. So you were meant to find this,
Yes.
and you'll claim it forever as your own discovery. You've heard rumors of these types of facilities, and you absolutely feel like you are the king of this facility.
Oh, I am about to be Pope. I'm about to be Ape Pope.
Okay. Where are we here? We're going to try to wrap up shortly. I think we're getting near the end
Good,
of
I'm
our
fading
time.
fast.
What's that?
I said I'm fading fast here.
Yes, we are wrapping up very shortly. Just a few more minutes. Don't worry.
Okay, cool.
So who's leading the way here? Caleb, are you?
Hell, me, of course.
Charging in. All right.
Of course, I should be leading you. This is let the weak go. I don't care.
All right. So
I'm just maniacal at this point.
Yeah, you can lead your way over here.
Sorry about losing myself in the part there.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
let me just open this up a little bit for you.
I sense
While they're
there's
doing
a
that,
more here.
I'm gonna leave and then go busy myself with the horses again.
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to check the
That's what I'm
perimeter.
doing.
So
I'm
you
definitely taking the end of the party of the marching order because I did roll that wild one, so I'm not as afraid as the
no, the one doesn't matter if you, as long as you pass, the one is okay.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as you pass. The ones only matter when you fail.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of skittish. I'm feeling that I would be a little skittish.
Okay.
So
All right,
I'll
so this
take
is,
that. I'll hang back. It's definitely a job for a lawgiver.
So this hallway continues, Caleb, in front of you. These are just these are in the floor. They're not really doors. They're just sort of like little joining floor things.
Oh, like expansion joint kind of
Yeah,
things?
like expansion joints in the floor.
They're not like cattle. They're not like those cattle bars.
No.
Okay.
They're designed for apes, though, to stop apes.
Oops.
So you can see all the way across. There's a room, and you can see there are these very strange beds across from.
Oh, baby.
And I'll show you the rest of the map here on the north and south of you as well.
Yeah, when I'm playing meta, I look at the tiny map and go, I feel there is more to this complex than we have experienced.
Much more. There you go.
Oh, it's the Morrow. Why does it say Morrow Project on this? Oh, God. Oh, there's underwear. Oh, God.
All right, where are you going?
Man, this is kid in the candy store time. I'm going straight to the beds unless there's something immediately either leaking, dangerous, or on fire.
Okay. So
it's a door I can go through, or is it like?
Yeah, you can just walk right through. Yeah, you can. You can just walk straight through. So this place is wide open to you. You didn't have to do anything to get in. Everything is it's dim, but it's also a little dirty and dusty. It's not like it's been abandoned. Clearly, there are a lot of ape. There's a lot of footprints, but it's been used. It's not like an abandoned facility. It's just kind of a little bit dirty and grimy. There's a little bit of blood on the beds and the floor that seems to have dripped. There's been a lot of footprints and scuffling and movement, but overall, this place is sort of well used, if you will.
So nothing's. Oh, okay. But there's blood and stuff.
Yeah, there's like not a lot, just a little bit of blood has sort of spilled on the floor. around the beds, on the beds.
Hmm.
Do you want to, Atticus? Are you following?
Yeah, I'm gonna yell. I'm gonna yell for him to get in here. He has to do some considering.
I'll come in. I'm just kind of wary. I'll be, more calm than I was, and I'll be sort of wary, but I'll come in.
I want to do something to I want to lay some wisdom down on you to let you know that I totally have this under control and that you have my dispensation to see things that might become heretical. That we're dealing with the deepest of heresy here.
That's absolutely the case. None of you have ever seen anything like this facility.
It's too bad we don't have a camera. Where's my tripod and flash powder?
Elsa, do you want to try to overcome your fear, or are you okay to just
Yeah, because I'm down here all by myself. I'm like, they all went in. I can't let myself be seen as chicken.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Okay,
So,
so while you're rolling a new grit roll, Atticus and Caleb, if you could give me a perception roll or an investigate, whichever one. And Janice, are you staying in the desk there?
Is this chair on wheels?
Oh, no.
Yes. The
How
chair
long
is
does
on-
urethane last? That's all I want to know.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna wheelie chair the chair.
Oh, God.
So I feel like I need to use a hero point to gird my loins and overcome my initial fright.
Sure. You didn't roll. If you want to try to roll again, you can.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Your compadres are in there, so that inspires you a little bit that you shouldn't be so
Okay. All right, here we go.
No. Yeah, you're not.
Yeah.
So yeah, the only way you're going in there is with a hero point then.
Yeah. So what do? I roll again?
Yeah, you can use the hero point to roll again. Yeah, you're. You know what?
add to it,
You're.
or-
What do you got there? 2d6.
Yeah, plus
Okay.
one.
Yeah, you can just try to re-roll. I mean, 9 is going to be plus 1. Yeah, do a re-roll.
There we go.
Here you go. Okay, yeah, you managed to, after a few minutes, to get your.
Okay.
Bless the wild.
So I'll kind of sneak my way in and
Yeah.
peer around the corner.
All right. So Atticus and Caleb, did you guys roll your investigate?
I just threw my
Yeah.
investigate. I'm only at 12.
I rolled a 21.
All right. So,
Yes.
So tell me what are you doing in the room here? We're trying to get to a point where we can sort of wrap up here. What are you doing
For my investigate? I'm going to look and see how recent the footprints are, because you said there were like tracks of apes in here. Is it fresh? Are there like
Yes.
fresh
Yes.
tracks?
Yeah, there's dirt and dust that came off of the boots from upstairs. So yeah, there's a large group of people, a large group of apes had moved inside of the facility very recently.
So I'll see. Clearly they were here. They've done something. What are these strange items? They look to be heretical.
Yeah, that's what I call it too.
Yeah.
Heretical beds.
It's just wrong.
These are here Memorial Day. It's a Memorial Day heretical bed sale. I want to go to a console that looks, because nothing's smashed, right?
No.
Is there anything lit up or blinking?
Yeah, there's the consoles. Yeah, we'll say right here, this right beside Atticus is some sort of a table thing with a screen on it.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna go and
Get out of
investigate.
your way.
Yes, or no, I'm gonna Obviously, I'm brushing you aside. You're my way.
Yeah, well, I'm willing to let you go past.
And I'm just gonna like smell the buttons because I have never seen buttons before, and this shit's lit up. This is a whole new thing. Are they warm? Are they on fire?
No, the screen is lit, and there are some strange little dots and things on the screen. There's some sort of measurement mechanisms showing either proximity or distance. You're not quite sure. You're going to need to do some sort of a knowledge or investigation to
Does
try
it?
to
Yeah, because if it resembles a map, that'll be one thing, like cartography or something. Yeah, I'll try and do a knowledge roll to see if I've seen anything similar or if iconography works as well as it does. Is this like one of them airport ticket terminals?
You can use Scholar if you want. I'll let you.
Okay. Oh, you fell into my trap.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm activating my trap card.
And I'm gonna give you a plus. I'm gonna give you a +1 for Atticus there. Okay, no, easily.
19. Yeah. So I'm touching the glass, all this stuff because it's like, oh.
Yeah. So as you touch the glass, your fingers seems to move the screen along with it, and what you soon determine is it's some sort of a tablet, almost like a stone or a paper tablet or a booklet, but it's got this glass screen with colorful pictures on it. You can move it around with your hand to see what looks like the area in direct proximity to the lab that you're in, or the area.
Like I can. Oh, the terrain.
Something, not really terrain. It's more just distance. And what you see on the screen are right beside you are 3 dots in a very, very tight cluster that are like flashing or pulsing. But then you see 5 other dots that are sort of off the edge of the screen. But 3 of them are seemingly like they seem to indicate they're right beside you. But 5 of them are off in the distance somehow. So somehow this device that you've never seen or used is kind of showing proximity of these dots.
It's haunted. Just heresy.
I want to roll my wheelie chair.
I so want to
away.
I almost want to smash this with a hammer. I'm really close to smashing this with a hammer. This is just witchcraft. And I'm going to ask like one of the military guys, like, this seems to be a magical map of some sort. And look, it's hidden behind this window that I cannot get through.
So Janice was moving around the room in his chair. And while he's doing that, the dots on the screen are moving.
Aha!
Just the one.
Come back here. The dot's moving, Janice. Come back.
No, it's not. What is this?
So they moved just slightly on the screen while Janice was rolling around the room.
Yeah, this it feels like I should have been able to scholar my way out of wait. It sees apes. This is an ape detector. This is how Dolly keeps track of people.
There's 4 of you and 3 dots.
It's not a good one.
All right. So
I'm gonna actually, can I get up out of the chair and see if there are 4 dots?
Yeah, you're not in a chair, but Janice is in the chair.
There's only one chair, and I snagged it.
Damn it. I'm on one of them rubber balls for the core strength.
Atticus is suspicious that because you touched it, you did something where it's.
All right. So any final thoughts, insights, questions, determinations, actions before we wrap up?
Oh man, I am gonna so write a paper on this.
Atticus is gonna put us on a cliffhanger and point his gun at it. I think I should destroy it.
Oh, I'm already suspecting that somebody's not an ape in this room. I've decided this is an ape detector. There's only 3 apes.
He's a chimp.
And the one that went, oh shit. Well,
The
no, we're all
chimps
apes
don't
here.
count.
Chimps
Elsa's
don't
not
count.
in the room.
Why would Dolly make something that could track himself? The mad genius.
Oh wait, Elsa, your token is there. Oh, you're at the edge of the door. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's close enough. Yeah. So,
Oh,
but there
okay.
are
Wait,
5 other dots somewhere.
Oh,
off.
wait, are there 4 dots now or 3 dots?
No, there's 3 where you are, and there's 5 somewhere else, like at the edge.
I feel I'm being gaslit by Gormaset.
There are 4 dots.
There are 4 dots. I'm gonna like do my. I'm gonna like either grab the gun. I'm gonna try and grab the gun away as the cliffhanger's like, no, don't shoot. And yeah, that would be my attempt at the cliffhanger.
Oh,
too.
because Atticus was going to shoot the tablet.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and
Okay.
See it and interrupt it.
Okay.
As my cliffhanger.
Okay. All right.
Wheel
And why
right
does
in
it-
between Atticus and the tablet.
All right. And
In the-
that's where
gun.
we'll end.
And why above the door does it say Vault 113?
All right. That's where we'll end.
God, that's fantastic. Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Did you want to make up an outro, or should I make up an outro for us?
You go ahead.
Because you gotta scroll through and find in the sacred scrolls
Maybe,
what we have
that's all,
coming.
folks.
Yeah, folks, we have more stuff coming. Luckily, we got a bit of a full week here. If I can actually find the freaking weekly schedule in Discord. On Tuesday, we are back to Cyberpunk Red, Hope Reborn, Episode 6, Real Estate Rumble, Part 3. Okay, get your bookmarks out because this is going to be fun. As they were clearing out the haunted construction site of all the booby traps, bombs, and other things planted by an insane clown gang member, the Bozos, the party gets another job from Jack Skorokowski, realtor extraordinaire. And this time, it is super simple. Nothing whatsoever can go wrong. There's not, and certainly not a single red nose in sight. He swears. And then after that, Wednesday we have off. Thursday we have off. Friday we are back to Cookie Track. And hopefully Simon and Rufus have something in store with their 3 new storylines. And on Sunday, we have Call of the Netherdeep. The next episode in the Banditos marching forward with their quest to probably get in as much trouble as they can, to be honest. And then when Monday comes around, Bejor Rising happens, our Star Trek game. And I don't know where we will hear Samuel Higbee say, that's your cue.
Oh, hi.
Okay. Or he says hi. Okay, I'm done with that. If you guys want to say any thank yous while I find us a raid, to be honest.
So thanks, crew. Thanks for folks watching. I think we went a little bit long, but was trying to give these guys an opportunity to make a breakthrough, but we didn't quite get there. So next time it's gonna ramp up even more. We got some much more intriguing stories. We're gonna find out what happened to Dr. Yannick, and we're gonna learn a bit more about the mysterious Dolly.
I'm waiting for someone to say, well, hello, when they show up, to be honest.
That was my plan.
Now I'm gonna bring some oil in case the dolly has a squeaky wheel.
Oh, God. Yeah, I'm going to just say, if you expected a breakthrough from this crew, I really appreciate your persistence, Rob. We're about to go into a raid on FM Farinor, which is, they have Goblin Stone Session 39. So when we raid, represent, do your best, spread the love of tabletop role-playing. It looks like they're having a good time, and some of them have some really cool lighting. So everybody take care, and we'll see you later.
Have a good night. Thank
All
you.
right.
Bye, everybody.
And now this is all gravy for the stream. This is the after hours stream, so everybody can do that. I'm stopping the stream,